what it is, and then like how we can facilitate it, and Giza is going to be the one that's going to be facilitating what LeanCoffee is all about. So raise your hand if you have done LeanCoffee. Okay,
I didn't know the name, but I did.
I knew not well, I was like, yeah, we do this all the time.
So like LeanCoffee is really a way to like set up meetings that don't really have an agenda. So like, so I think maybe you're familiar with it, but basically the idea is that when we have a lot of people and we have all these different types of ideas that we want to talk about, right? It basically gives users an opportunity to actually put all their ideas just up front for a few minutes. And then we all take turns basically putting our post-it notes and grouping it to determine what topics we want to talk about. So it sounds like a lot, but let me see if I can get my stuff over here. So there's like 3 rules to LeanCoffee. I mean, I think it kind of varies for anyone that has done LeanCoffee before. What's this? Okay. LeanCoffee. So the first rule to doing LeanCoffee is essentially we take, I guess in this case, let's take about 5 to 7 minutes. You guys can decide on that, right?
Yeah, I'm going to set the timer.
We're going to take 5 to 7 minutes to basically write down. So what's the topic or Giza that you want to talk about?
Yeah, we want to.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: we want to improve our meetups. So we have adults meetup and we have kids meetup, right? And both of them, especially the kids one, well, we're thinking for the summer we are having less and less people attending the meetups, and we want to address this one and see if it's something because of the summer, or if it's something that we can improve, and anything that we're going to improve, we're going to continue doing it. And so one question is, during the summer, should we continue the same way we do during the year, or should we have something different? That's question number 1. And number 2, how can we improve our meetups and have more value in it for everyone, for the society? That's number 2. That's 2 questions we want to address, and what are going to be the action items that we can contribute to, or what are the things that we can do? Yeah, so this is going to be
Sounds
the
good.
topic.
So the topic is like, in general, how do you improve adults and kids Code4Y'all, basically, for the summer?
Yeah.
So basically,
And summer.
in summer, right? In summer, right? In summer, okay. I gotcha.
In summer, but also in general.
And in general.
Yeah.
Uh, Specifically in summer, but also in general. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, we do both, but I think in summer it's because of the summertime. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, it sounds like this is the general topic that we're shooting for. So basically, just whatever you guys can with your sticky notes, right? Within like 5 to 7 minutes, you're gonna be writing as many different topics that you guys want and how to improve adults and kids Code4Y'all.
In separate sticky notes, like you're going to write one idea in one sticky note, because then we're going to group them.
Hmm.
So it's not going to like 10 ideas in one sticky note.
Oh yeah, that's a good point as well.
Okay.
Per topic, right?
Yeah.
You guys can do
Per
that.
topic.
5 to 7 minutes, and it has to be completely silent, so no one can talk because we want to keep this, within our own ideas and share it afterwards. So that's the first point right here. Second, once that bell rings, essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take turns. So take turns as in like we'll start with Jacob from the bottom, and we'll just keep going to, I guess, this snake style over here. And basically you're going to one at a time essentially put up your sticky notes. And if someone has a very similar topic, I think this is going to sound a little confusing. If someone has like a similar topic, you're essentially going to actually bring one of your sticky notes and put it on the board as well. So, for example, if one of the ways to improve adult and kids Code4Y'all is to get better food, for example, like for whatever reason, right? And one of you guys actually has a similar topic about getting better food, so you can go up and put your sticky notes down. So basically the idea of LeanCoffee is that we want to give everyone an opportunity to share their ideas and see if like, oh, I have a similar idea to that as well, and put up in the sticky note. So that's the second rule, which is we're going to, one at a time, take turns putting our sticky notes.
Next, just another alternative to that, I realized I've also done this before.
Yeah.
So what we've done in the past is like everybody puts their sticky. No, just the second part. everybody puts their sticky notes on the board,
Yeah.
and then like, well, I did it on, we were all over Zoom, but then like we were using mural, and then we all like lumped together, so maybe like 2 or 3 people can go up to the board, and then just pair them up, so that way, I don't know if that'll be faster.
Oh, two,
That
three.
was a thought.
That's interesting. Wait, so you're saying that like instead of having everyone at a time, maybe you have people in groups?
Oh, yeah, so it's like everyone is just going to put sticky notes, and then 3 people are going to organize them.
Yeah, 3 or 4 people.
So that way it's going to be faster.
Yeah, that might be faster, I don't know.
Yeah, that will be faster.
That sounds good. I like
Yeah,
that. Take
so
turns.
we can just put our ideas in the sticky notes, and then when time is up, we can just put them on the board, and then some people are going to go and organize them,
Okay.
and we can talk about it.
Yeah, number 2 is typically the categorizing phase. So it's not like when we get the topic, we don't talk about it. We basically just categorize it to make sure that, we're on the same page. The third one is basically once we develop these little categories, it's time to prioritize. So like for example, like you have these different clusters, right? And so like if there's one that we feel is a lot more important to talk about, we essentially put it at the top, and then we kind of move from the bottom. So we just put the sticky notes on top. Is that what you guys do as well?
Yeah.
And if there is a priority to it? Okay. Yeah, third step is basically just prioritizing after we categorize. And then finally, we have, I said there's 3 rules, but I guess we talk about it once we're done. We talk about each clustered, I guess, or each group we prioritize. And I guess it really varies of how you guys want to do it, but sometimes people put like a max of like 2 minutes to 3 minutes to talk about it, and we feel like we need to talk about it more, we essentially put a timer to extend that. So it's really flexible. Nargiza is actually really good at facilitating this, so she's got this in the back. So yeah, I will just say for all of this is a step. Does anyone have any questions on how to do LeanCoffee or any weird things about it? It'll make more sense when you guys actually start doing it.
Because how specific should our suggestions be? Because like I kind of know what the issue is, but I don't have a solution per se, so I can kind of say we need to improve this general thing versus like, I mean, does this leave room for, I guess that'll be in the discussion and later, like, right, or
Yeah, it's good to
but
bring.
like, it could be like a general idea of like, it doesn't have to be specific solutions that you're looking for,
Yeah,
right?
if you do have a general idea but you don't have a solution, you can just put your general idea. But let's say, like a specific solution, let's say, he was saying, for kids, we need to have ice cream,
Right,
it's very
that's very
specific.
specific, yeah.
So you can just put that, but
I
let's
didn't see
say you don't know the solution, you can just put in general.
Yeah, because I kind of like, I mean, I know what, I have an idea of what the issue is, I just don't have a solution for it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Problems are very no
problem.
solutions sometimes.
You can just put everything in your mind in here.
Okay.
And if you run out of your sticky note, I have more. If you're like, all the ideas.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I can put the timer.
It's not makes number for 5 minutes. Looks like people already got some.
Yeah, 5 minutes. I'm going to put the timer for 5 minutes. Right, start.
It's like, how do I get it? Competition with kids. Any similar topic to it, or? Okay, so
I got one more, it's kind of a variation on that.
Oh, so we typically, is this similar to gamifying? or-
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like surprise coding, but this one would be like where you do a planned coding, you see announced like a month ahead of time, like the contest is gonna use Kira's or like, some particular, library, so that kids who are really like, they're like, oh, I really want that laptop, they'll give them time to like put in effort to study, so that, they don't come in, like maybe 1 or 2 kids have used the library before, they have like a big advantage over other people. Makes sense?
That's actually interesting. Okay. Actually, I hope we actually do get to talk about this, because it seems like it's kind of interesting topic for a lot. All right? If that's the case, then, Jesse, you can actually give us one of your cards, and then we'll print the bottom.
Sure. Well, even some of mine are kind of grouped together. Like, one of the things I put down were guided curriculums.
Okay.
So like a series of
We can
things.
start with that one then. Basically, we just have one topic at a time.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, here's one for SQL workshop.
So workshops, right, is what you're shooting for?
Yeah, workshops or series or whatever.
So some sort of series and workshops. Does anyone have a topic that's similar to like having some workshops? Is it a
Yeah.
similar topic?
Boot camp series.
Okay. Sounds good?
More like a lesson plan.
Alright.
You have
Yes,
workshop
absolutely.
in summer.
Okay, put it down here.
And arrange events in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is more of a lesson plan, that,
Lesson plan, huh?
yes, that you need to have a, I mean, I don't know, like a lesson plan that allows beginners to hop right in and still like take the interest of more seasoned programmers.
I have something about, but it's like hot topics.
Okay.
I don't think that's necessarily.
It might be another category.
That's a
right?
different category, that's something like that.
I got it.
Oh,
I like this. Okay,
is like hot topic.
okay.
I wrote in my mind.
So before we talk
Yeah,
about
it's
it,
very fun.
we have, it seems like you have a lot, so let's try to get through all of them first and then we'll talk.
What your topics? Yeah, so teach small concepts.
Small concepts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so,
Teach small concepts.
yeah,
That's-
we don't put that like in, it's not like something like, it's not going to be curriculum. It's going to be, like something that will start and end in 2 hours.
Okay, so like short little lectures.
Yeah.
Okay. Are these always different for each
Yes,
lecture?
each
Okay.
of them is different because,
Lightning up.
because,
Oh, I like that topic.
or, yeah, maybe, but for the kids code, since we do not have like access, you know, we're not taking attendance, right? No, we cannot. So that's why we cannot continue with the curriculum.
Sure,
So that's why I was thinking like, just something that's small, that we can,
Sure, okay. Does anyone have anything that has to do with like short curriculums, maybe not like
Yes.
necessarily workshop, but something like a lightning talk?
Just the code dojos,
Oh,
and then also
not bad.
guided code along sessions.
okay, guided code.
Who else has
I
a
like
similar?
that one. So let's say,
And
yeah.
then also, group by skill level workshops.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's good. And also feel free to just keep writing post notes if you guys have any other ideas. So we got that topic. Oh, do you have something similar? maybe?
Like, not similar, but I was thinking like there must be some follow-up. Like if you're gonna teach them like just one topic, 2 hours,
Mm.
it's not kinda useful, right? But in my mind, we have to follow, or at least some of them we can do bigger project or something like that. I don't know how we are gonna do that. but-
Yes, and I think that's the main problem that we have,
Cool.
is that.
Before we talk about
Okay,
this,
sure.
let's try to get everything on the board first,
Yeah,
and then we'll
I'll agree
categorize
with
it from there.
Yeah.
But this is good that we're already
Yeah.
like developing some niceness around here.
But
So-
that was one of the ideas I said, I think it should work for the kids group at least, since most of them are probably gonna be beginners anyway.
1 hour socializing, I like this one.
Okay, so with this, what I was thinking is we can stay more organized. So, okay, what it says is 1 hour lectures and 1 hour socialization.
Mhm.
Sometimes people don't want the lecture, they want to socialize. We could provide an opportunity for them to do it. Also, some people just want to socialize. The first time I got here, was not for the lecture, although it was a great lecture. But I was like, let me go see what my fellow developers are doing.
So when Josh was here, or?
Yeah,
What?
when Josh was here, I don't think there was ever a lecture.
No.
yeah,
And that got, to be honest, that got my interest, because, you know, I was just beginning, I didn't know what to expect, it's a lot less intimidating than, you know, watching a presentation and seeing, oh, I don't know anything, and just, at least I'm not showing up.
Sometimes it's like React Native class. Some
right,
people don't even want to learn React Native.
exactly, yeah.
Because, you know, we are using, I mean, there is another topic, name, LeanCoffee versus Code4Y'all. You know, that's also.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
definitely.
things away from it. So
Does anyone have something similar to socializing?
Yes, I got one here that says,
Connect people?
Kind of.
This is actually, this is.
And also, we have to decide who are, I mean, what is our target? You know, because we are talking
Maybe we'll see
about
this in the-
LeanCoffee, then we are.
we are away from it.
You got it?
no, the one that she said about not having a.
Oh, not yet. We're gonna get to you though. That's good. I'm happy that you actually, see, this is good that you guys are already connecting ideas.
Yeah, I like wanna talk about it like that too.
They are following like LeanCoffee and they are studying, like they are doing self-study, they are coming here to, okay, I'm not alone. I'm not the dummy one. Because, you know, they
It's
decided to
intimidating.
do something, they decided to change their life, but it is not easy, and by just writing some code, watching video, you couldn't make it, that's why they are coming, as I see, and when I came here first time, yeah, I said, okay, I'm not alone, you know. There are another people, you know, they have hands, or I don't know, eyes, as I have, you know, that's why I started to come here. We have to decide targets.
Yeah, target audience.
Is that what your topic is for here?
Yeah, I
What is
write
this
there,
one?
but maybe
Yeah, no worries, just think any topic you feel like, and then we can put up and see if someone's.
or
Yeah, it's a very good thing. Did anyone come to the meetup to learn something?
Target.
I mean, I went.
So this is a target audience, right?
yes.
Does anyone actually have a topic about target audience that we're shooting for as well?
Yeah, I haven't been there, but.
Really? It
You
wasn't
can figure the right
Android, it was an
now.
Android one, it was like,
Yeah.
let me go see what
So actually, I have a focus on the area, including, like,
Jesse,
you want
did you have one for,
different levels?
Yeah.
I think it's a
I think, you know, yeah, like, because like.
Sure. You have one?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll get into it.
Anybody else have anything about target audience before we move on to the next topic? This is good that we're
Yeah,
doing
something like
Jesse,
track
when
actual
goes in this category, really want to.
Sure. Yeah, this is kind of more like how do we determine our target audience?
Yeah, so we can look at, let's see the skill level, let's see.
Maybe it'd be like this.
Like I like how Ryan has you like sign up,
Yeah.
so you know, okay, how many people are actually here.
Yeah, and also it should match the skill level of us too, like we're not
Okay,
all like,
Sure. I see now, this is more of the kids target
for
audience.
example,
Yeah,
like some language programmers.
That's nice.
Do we want to start a topic for, like, meeting facilitation?
If someone actually has one of those cards, then we'll put it on there.
So
So,
here's virtual attendance option.
oh, we're gonna get to you.
We'll come back to you.
We're gonna get.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he has like a lot.
Some for surveys.
So we'll start with, I'm gonna skip, I don't have
Which
much.
one?
Okay, so let's send maybe yours.
Like, virtual pizza.
Actually, having different food every meetup will make like, ooh, I wonder what the same food will
Okay, so Thorough has an interesting topic, right? So he's talking about like, should we make partnerships? Does anyone have a
Like
connection?
sponsors?
Like,
My thought was hear more of like colleges, high schools, things like that, where they already have some programs, and then we can get more attendance from there and know what they want, what they're looking for already, and then we have those partnerships that way. So we don't necessarily have to do too much extra, it's just to get more attendance, and hopefully spread the word as well to like other high schools and things like
That
that.
is just like the computer science
You
teachers
were
in high
in
schools
the
know about us,
school
and they just tell their
recently.
students,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, you know,
How did it
go
go?
this way if you need help.
What? How did it go? Like,
No, it was good, cause like what happened was like someone reached out to me about like, I think it was like a lower income middle school, and then I said, hey, do you guys wanna ever have a meet, can I talk, I'll talk to them, and, it went really well, because like, I think a lot of them weren't aware, I think initially they were like, hey, can we do something, when I talked about machine learning, like, do you need Legos? Like, I was like, no, that's not exactly what machine learning, we're not building robots, we're doing something else. So it was nice to kind of showcase them, and then when I showed them like ChatGPT, there was like magic. Like, even the teachers, they're like, whoa, I see my lesson plan, they didn't know about that, so it's just like, it's just kind of getting to that audience, and especially I think, I've got, someone was mentioning about like someone like a shelter kind of thing.
we did have a shelter and that's what we're gonna
Yeah,
talk about.
so, but that, I think I like having some participations with school to kind of, especially like build a brand. But I think I do, one of my things is like,
Wait, so
brand awareness.
you're actually next, so like, do you have a topic that you want?
Yeah, I think it's more about like our brand awareness, because like right now we're talking about our free code can, and then, but
Which one's your brand one?
it's more about embracing Code4Y'all. So it's just like, you know, hey, let's like,
Yeah, it
Clean that
must
up.
be priority.
Yeah, I have a more
So kind of like the,
controversial one that says rejoin FCC, I don't know if that.
Okay, that's a good topic, I like that.
They
So
are
the
no
identity of what Code4Y'all is, right?
so,
Does anybody
We
else
would
have
never-
topics on it?
or could be wrong,
Like, I think
but we were never
identity
officially with Pre-Code Academy.
is-
Pre-Code Camp is just like up there, maybe using their name as a study group.
Under the
But that's not good. On their website, like, people actually listen on there too, like, in the official.
Would we?
I don't think so.
That's
We try to mention.
I don't know,
And like,
but we did, some of us,
yeah, I've
someone
reached out
did
to.
reach out.
I reached out to.
Yeah.
They're like, you know,
Alright.
He helped us,
So you have the next topic, by the way.
Oh, I thought you used my,
That's
Did
okay.
not go.
Yeah, don't forget,
Did
right?
not
I'll
go.
take one of yours.
Your car.
Oh, yeah.
That's already open Discord chat.
Okay, does anyone have anything about social media or like Discord, for
Yeah.
example?
So, pretty much hold up, group social media presence.
I have something that's adjacent, just have an archive of like the previous stuff that we talked about, so people can kind of scroll
Yeah,
and
where
see
we
like,
need
oh, they did
to,
this.
you know,
Yeah.
make sure that we're using media, otherwise.
You're losing link?
Oh, yeah, I think that's, I think so, like,
You got something here?
because that's part of the branding.
You want
Which, I think this is actually.
That's branding, yeah. Branding awareness.
No, we do have a LinkedIn group.
This is one of the primary things, is having a brand here, so.
Yeah, we do.
Alright, okay. No worries, we don't. No, that's good. We do that. Okay.
Why don't you announce it?
Alright, we're starting back from the top. Jacob, you got anything?
This one's a little bit more meta.
Okay.
Like, if we could like maybe look at the top free code camp
This
regions,
guy like
who's
he's
going the fastest and see if they're doing
Oh,
something in
shoot.
particular.
So market research and strategy. Hey, that's what we're basically.
Oh, I'm saying, like, take a look at the fastest growing free code camp regions and see if they're doing anything separate or different from the other ones. And
They are
maybe
maybe
somebody
not.
found some magic.
So where, normally before that, because Camp Houston was the largest one,
Oh, really?
from
Yeah,
the
really.
whole United States. Yes.
Wow, I didn't realize that, that's cool.
That's
awesome.
And this is what we're doing.
Does anybody have any, before we continue on, does anybody have anything about strategies, marketing, research that they want to talk
It is
about?
related to the program.
Look at our.
Yes, okay, combine kids and adults.
Present
For
people.
my kids and adults?
Right, kids and adults. Is this target audience, maybe?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, target is like
That's different, so we,
for adults, you know, who are like, what their level.
also, yeah.
Also, I
This
mean,
one is
it's
the-
association.
If it's
Okay. We're gonna, actually, I think it might be this is strategy because we're putting it together, right?
So
It's
this is the
good.
free code camp
Okay.
Houston.
We'll make it really quick before we get pizza.
I have-
Okay.
Because like that's easier to when you
It's all, and then we can get our pizzas, and then we can continue.
It's one of us though,
And-
so it's one of us.
Oh, like feedback.
Yeah, initially we wanted to like get on our own, then we were like, could be ideas for people. So I think it's,
Wait, say that again? So one of them was an introductory survey, so that if someone's
Who
new to
has
the
a,
group, they can just
people
fill
can
something
use
out
it
and get an
down.
idea of what they're looking to accomplish.
Probably, and we're trying to get that.
And
I
then
think
there's
he got
another one
it, like,
for
yeah.
I think
feedback forms. that if you
Steve,
do-
yeah, Steve was trying to purchase that, and then they wouldn't let us like pay for anything.
Yeah,
I sort of like, man.
Yeah.
He was like,
One
he was-
thing was-
he got one
a vote on
Yeah, he bought a
topics,
bunch of companies.
what people
Yeah,
want.
and
Okay.
that's frustrating. It's hard to make some of that stuff and put them up
with that strategy.
Like, you know how Pico Camp started?
And,
You know, this is how
mine was
Pico
that we
Camp
talked
started?
to
Pico
people.
Pro.
I was like, I'm talking to something similar. The survey only goes so far, so maybe
It's- we will be-
big a little bit.
Yeah, we-
Whether
we-
we're talking like 3 people, we'll talk to like
Almost
five
yeah,
people,
well,
and
no,
they
it's
just
just
say, hey,
but-
put budget here.
Does anyone also have any topics about surveys by any chance?
Yeah, that's like, yeah, that's just, yeah.
Okay, sweet, nice, I like that. Anything with surveys, feedback?
Yeah.
Sites list?
I did not,
Okay, no worries, we can talk
I
about
kind
this.
of wrote like in-demand content and surveys were my solution for that.
Okay, so you had a solution for, that's good. So
So I was like, after every meetup, we can ask audience like, hey, what do you want?
That's similar to what Jesse had, so.
is this identity, does it match in any of those? Okay, you can put it here. Okay, so this one looks like about food. Does anyone actually have anything about food? We got kids, code, we have ice cream, but you got something food?
No.
You know, for kids, you know, and this comes as a person who grew up a little bit poor, you can really bribe them with food, you know, just to get them in here. Like, because, you know, they may not be able to afford to go to a pizza place like with their family or, you know, especially if you go to lower income places, so.
Yeah,
Making sure you emphasize the pizza part of the thing.
It's pizza socializing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Order pizza.
along that topic.
But that's what brought me here, honestly, was this one Christmas, I was kind of bored, I was on Meetup.com, and oh, pizza and coding,
I think
and
like kids, if they can't afford pizza, they might not be able to
afford it.
come here. Like if there was a way to go to those neighborhoods, I guess, if there are other locations where we could do them in different parts of town, that would help reach those same kids.
For sure, I also like someone's idea that partnership with the schools.
So before
Okay, amazing.
we actually talk about this, let's first get everything on the board
Oh,
first, so we can categorize this.
I have that one summer, we have to accept people need breaks. And that's gonna be easy for
This is
us.
a reality, right?
And
Okay.
also,
So-
maybe we can make some meeting for only volunteers. Like, even if it can be like having
Yeah.
coffee, you know, something like that, and we can also share on social media, you know, that's also like, in our mind, it is like, okay, we are preparing for next semester or next year, that's also. would be
Yeah, I
nice.
like to have.
For the
that.
kids, yeah.
For
But
the.
for
Um,
adults, I
That's
think
good
that's
right
gonna be like summer.
Does anyone have a summer topic?
Yeah, definitely.
Summertime.
So our, annual volunteer
Yeah,
meetup
something like that.
is during summer.
Yeah, it's kind of like eventful, right?
For adults, we were talking about project.
Oh, I'm gonna go for this person really quick, and then we'll get back to you. But I like this though. You got over here. Move visibility.
More.
Oh,
That's an hour.
oh, all right. More visibility to the speakers. Oh, okay. Can you elaborate just a little bit?
Yes, so that, and we can, after that, we can post videos on our LinkedIn and everywhere. That way, we can attract more speakers, more content, and like giving their 2 hours. Some people, like, they might be really talented in their field, going and asking them like, hey, give me 2 hours of your day, and they have to prepare for it too. They're doing this all for free. Maybe giving them more visibility will be a reward for them.
More incentive, right? Okay, that's an interesting topic. I like that. Does anyone have anything about giving more visibility to the speakers? Just find any with speakers, basically, is what
I mean, we can put it like with the social media or, I don't know.
I don't think we should I don't know who that would be.
I would like to categorize this by itself because I think what he's saying with social media and speaking, it's like also finding speakers, right? And
Yeah.
advertising that. Sounds
Yeah.
That's
I feel like that kind of relates to the partnerships as well, and then also the market research to see what, how the channels of communication that we have.
Okay.
Because different people come, like some people come from Ion specifically for that
that's
one. Yeah, because they look at the Ion calendar and that's how they find us. And then other people follow us through Meetup and LinkedIn and stuff like that, so. But that's kind of market research, see what channels of communication that we have.
Speakers, you got speakers here too? Nice, okay. Next topic. Will.
I just feature hot topics, that's all.
Future hot
Kind of
topics?
similar like what Shannon said, let's
Okay,
let's like
like
have.
ChatGPT, right?
Yeah, like, that's what you wanna talk about,
Gotcha.
you don't want to
Okay.
like really talk about it.
Okay, anyone, oh, you got something?
In demand.
The same topics, you know, that would drive attendance.
One where,
I mean, that's a good point.
specifically have Will do more presentations.
Do you have William? Actually, his presentation was really good. I did like that.
Okay.
It's good. William was a hot topic.
Thank you.
Hot topic.
You know, everything.
Okay, that sounds good. Does anyone? So, take one of your cards as well too. You got this?
Oh, right, that's all.
It's good for kids. Oh, is that similar to what you used to say?
No,
Or do you wanna
no,
put it
no,
up? You good? Or do you want to move it up? I can
Okay.
put it, I can categorize it. So,
Anyone, sir?
anyone from the back has any cards? We'll go back to the top again.
You're
in this case.
I have one card.
I have, yeah.
So, oh, I think Jesse's turn's next right here. Did you have an idea?
Thank you for that.
Okay, take this one. Oh, I like this. So Jesse's saying like success stories and project showcases. Are you saying that we can also elaborate on this?
Yeah, sure, I mean, if we have a pretty big turnout or something, there's no reason someone can't just go to one corner of the room, leave everyone else the hell alone, but then also be like, hey, I wrote some pretty cool shit, do you wanna have like a short 10-minute talk about it, here's something I did, and you can just be up at the corner of the room doing that while everyone else is still doing what they're doing. But if you want, you can always like go over there where that dude is and see what it was he did.
That'd be interesting. I like that. And then kind of inspiring in a way.
Yeah, so you can showcase whatever it is you wrote, and then also, if you want, you can devote like 5 minutes of the meeting, since it's 2 hours, to someone who recently got hired off of free code camp or whatever else. That way it doesn't turn into like a whole, let's talk about everyone that had success from free code camp every time we have free code camp. It's just okay, let's showcase one person at a time.
I see what you're saying. That sounds good then. if That's the case. Cool. I like that.
Once we have meeting on Iron as a member.
Looks like you got one more?
Press a
Nice,
lot.
thanks, man.
I forgot the name
Extend
of the guy,
RSVP.
but.
It was,
Corey.
Corey.
Corey was a good one, yeah, that was like our first one. I was like,
He talks about extending our RSVP to 2 weeks. You mind elaborating on this?
Yes,
Yeah.
right now we do only 1 week. Some of the people do wanna. So one thing, all of our meetups are already announced, and then we open the RSVP 1 week ahead. Some people want us to be ahead, or like, we can unannounce all the, we can unannounce all the events and post them 1 week ahead, exactly,
Yes, yes.
or exactly 2 weeks ahead. Right now, I think 2 weeks makes sense. Because like, given the situation, previously, it was like, the day it's posted, it's all filled, 50 was done, so it made sense. But now,
Yeah, we do like 2 weeks ahead, and then, just do follow-up.
yes, so for Arturo's meetup, I actually posted it recently, so people already started RSVPing to like test it out.
Oh, yeah. Because when it's too early, like when it's all calendar for 1 year, it's all filled in, people just go blindly, and then they forget about it.
Yeah, I think like it's cool too, when somebody wants to join, like, it's just kind of ease up on that, like, I think, because a lot of people aren't gonna show up, and
Yeah. I think
worst
we should
case,
open
Oh,
up.
there it is.
yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of
Put it
people
around
don't
social
cancel their
media.
RSVP.
Okay, cool, you got one more?
You should just like do what the airlines do and like overbook it, just,
I guess related to target, Yeah.
Worst case, it'll just be like, take one slice of pizza.
Yeah. In worst case, they're going to.
Pre-question curriculum.
Yeah.
As I told you, they are doing some study. They need to do some project as a team. We were trying to build with.
It's a group project, is what you're
I
suggesting?
forget his name. He didn't come today.
There's another for projects.
Project.
Yeah, Steve, he was trying to do something. As an idea, it is really good, like, having a project, that motivate people to come here more and more. I don't know, maybe we should do something about project.
I mean, that was ambitious, but I just don't see how, like, you can get enough attention span from people to stick with it.
Well, it depends.
I mean, FCC has
So
a
those
solution in
projects?
place
That's
because
really around here.
they have the entire lesson plan online, and people from, the beginner can hop in, and the mid-level person can, and then there's even advanced stuff.
Yeah, I think
Well, we can talk about
that.
that.
A lot.
Yeah, I don't have a solution for it. I mean, that's a good idea, but.
Maybe
Okay.
online meeting we can do.
We're almost to the end, Okay, we're almost there. Who has one more topic before we
I got one.
we can finally have a discussion on it? Right.
Virtual attendance option.
Yeah.
I've been having people ask
The project and can do stuff together.
That might be one way to
Yeah,
do it.
it's best actually. Yeah.
All we have to do is put us a team invite or something, that's an owl, so there's a camera there, there's no reason
Videos
you can't
available offline for kids.
have people attend online.
Oh, okay.
So like on the topic of like getting that continuity past the event.
Having
Uh-huh.
virtual
I see what you're saying.
attendance.
Do you think we can do this in,
For those who cannot.
Well, maybe.
Like, there be somewhere maybe someone on that can work together here. Then like, there's also in demand content that
Goals, put the team here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, cool.
You don't have to miss it.
So,
Yeah, it's an idea.
You're
No,
good.
no, I'm done.
You're good? Okay. Nice. Okay, so it sounds to me so I like how we already had like some discussion on it. This is actually really good that we have some topics that are kind of hot that we want to talk about. So basically, now that we have like well, actually, let's get pizza first real quick.
Yeah, let's get pizza.
I'm hungry, yeah.
Yeah, before you're going. Yeah.
I can label these if you want to start the discussion.
Yeah, we can start discussion. We can start discussion, let's start this one. Okay, so this one is saying arrange presenters in advance, 3 to 6 months for all meetup, like just to arrange them so that we know who's next and what we're going to do next. Yeah, so for this one, I think we just need, we need to come up with
Backlog.
backlog of all the presenters, their emails, and what they're keen on. So that's one thing we put that action item. Second one is a workshop for summer and no meetups. So I was thinking like for the summertime, saying, people are either on vacation or they have a schedule which is, I can say, not normalized, I would say, and they have vacations or something. So that's why during the summertime, it might be harder not to think of or do something, especially for our meetup people who are like all the time coming in. And I would suggest to have, instead of meetups during the summer, we can have a workshop. Let's say instead of having June, July, August meetup, we can have, we can say we're going to have a workshop, let's say this is going to be what we're going to be doing. In 2 days, 3 days, and then we're done. And then for the summertime, we're done.
So like, so full days?
Yeah, we can do like, no, I don't know, we can do either half day. But you know, even let's say 4 hours, even one day, let's say 4 hours, then we're going to do this workshop, this is what you're going to learn at the end, and we're done. Something like that, something, because, let's say, because all these PDs, the development programs, or anything, it's all in summertime, right? Like your teachers, you have our PDs, you have some skills updating during the summertime. So I was thinking like, instead of doing a meetup, we can do something like that, just a workshop. It can be the 1 day or 2 days. Let's say we're going to have for 4 hours, and this is what you're going to learn. This is what we're going to teach. And we're going to do it in advance, of course. Yeah,
Makes sense.
what do you think?
I think it would be a good idea to have workshops as a supplement instead of a substitute. Like, if you want to organize a workshop or something, that'd be great, but there's probably going to be people coming back to Houston from colleges that probably want to do it, or other people that can still just attend independent meetings as opposed to a workshop. So, I don't know, I mean, it sounds like less of a commitment in my mind to go to a 2-hour meeting once a month than to go to 2 half-day events a weekend.
I was thinking of it for the workshop during the summertime. Yeah. Yeah, so you're saying like to have the workshop and to have the meeting.
Yeah, I absolutely like that. Because like, these meetups can be their own, like 2 hours of a class or like 1 hour. It can be some small topic. Like HTTP requests, how to make HTTP requests, it can be one class. And there can be this, maybe it can be like full web intro to web.
And there's no requirement that you have to attend everything, so, I mean, if people want to go to the workshop and not do it, you can do that. Go to the videos and not the workshop, you can do that.
We do have options.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually,
But a full-fledged workshop on any one topic always is a great idea. Like if we want to do a workshop on, hey, let's do
Yeah.
a full stack app in merge stack or something.
Yeah.
That'd be a great idea.
yeah, I think for once in a year at least, we should think about a workshop. Like bring some value to people and, you know, thing and we can bring some value.
You wanna like kind of keep things like, let's say you have the ion and the grouping one, and then the woodlands, just like, let's say that the grouping one is mainly for the marketplace, workshops kind of thing. Or you wanna apply to the all of those to do it.
Yeah, we can do it all around. I mean, if we can, let's say, we're gonna success at improving, right? We can just take the same presenter, same teaching, same curriculum, and do it on the other two.
So what topic do you think the workshop would be on? Is it more like an advanced, more beginner topic? Can we handle it? Is the other?
Yeah, hot topics, we can think about the hot topics, on demand. Whatever is on demand.
Or there could also be part of the backlog of topics that we talked about. Like if there is someone breaking back into a whole code, hey, we need to pass it or something, then that could be a topic for one workshop. Or whatever your ideas and needs might have.
Because like one thing I've learned is that, you know, it's one thing to learn how to do something versus how to teach something. So you really have to be an expert in that topic if you want to be the one leading the workshop.
Sometimes like.
Frankly, I'm not there.
So, I feel like, again, like, kind of, like, one of my first jobs was like, I was working as like a technical trainer, and I had like, no idea any of these topics, and I had to like pretty much learn it, and then I had to figure out how to teach it to other people. So it was just like, hey, when you force yourself to like learn something, and then even though you're not an expert, that you're gonna explain it in a way that everyone can understand.
Because that's
That's the way I kind of learn.
Yeah, if I can add something to it, after teaching high school, teaching adults and a bunch of other stuff, if there is some kind of standard for how you present material that's a lot more helpful for the audience if they know what to expect. Like, oh, I'm going to a Code4Y'all workshop. I know I'm probably gonna need my laptop because we'll do some kind of hands work. I know we'll probably get some kind of assignment. I know the material's gonna be presented with a slide deck or something else. If you just have a standard of how you want to do things, it's really helpful for the presenters and the audience. So maybe having a meeting where you decide how you want all of these topics to be taught would be pretty helpful.
So here's the thing, that's only for the workshop, right? Because for, so I was thinking like for the adults and the kids, right? Adults meetup, I feel like they are, I mean, you know, they're adults. They're not here to learn something. They're here more like to socialize. And of course, to just listen to the presenter. You know, I mean, it can stick to their head or not, they can go research. I mean, it's not something that they're going to use it for job or something, right? I think like with the adults meetup, we should more focus on the gathering, socializing, activity stuff. And for the kids, because for adults bring their kids to code. As a parent, I would think like that. Because, I mean, either, yeah, I mean, mostly it's for the coding, not for socializing, for the kids. Because they already have their friends at school, you know, they don't need it. They're coming here to learn. So for the kids, I would think, I would like to have like something very small that they can cover in that particular time and be done with it, but learn something at the same time. But for the adults, I would just stick to socializing more.
Well, it's fine if there are different standards for different audiences, but that's also something that we want to bring up. Like if someone comes with this long 2-hour presentation on something that's for kids, and it's going to be hard for them to absorb, the presenter's not going to know that unless you set that expectation before. Like, hey, these kids can really handle like 20 minutes of material plus a short activity plus a break. So having that set standard for how much presented, depending on the audience, is pretty helpful.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like a set of items.
Set up a set of guidelines for the presenter or for any topic. Yeah. Set up guidelines. Oh, that's both. Okay. Set up guidelines. Yes.
I know improving is really good in this thing. I went to like a workshop a couple of years ago where like I knew nothing about it. It was all .NET, and we were supposed to do the game of life. Like, you know, it's a weird thing.
Yeah, we'll make you go to Monopoly or
Yeah,
whatever we can think
But yeah, they were really organized. Like, you know, it's break. You could take break every hour. And it's not that we got 3 hours, but
So for the number 2,
Uh-huh.
you write it more action, make a document of the set of guidelines.
Yeah. Make a document and then
Yeah,
give this
yeah,
document.
with
Yeah.
computer, you can start working on that.
So, for example, yeah, it's going to have like when it's going to have a break, when it's going to have an activity, when it's going to have a lecture or something like that, right? Yeah. So, and also I'm putting action items for what we're going to do, and also we need to have someone who's going to say, I'm going to do it, responsible.
Right.
And then,
Okay.
yeah, so who wants to be accountable for number 1 and number 2? You can think about it, and we can also do this. Okay. So number 3, we need a lesson plan that allows, that's the same thing, newcomers to jump in at any point and still provide value for experienced coders.
that's for, that was me. That was more for like the regular meetups. And again, you know, going back to free code camp, I think one of the reasons why they're so successful is that everybody is at their own pace, and the meetups just serve to fortify that. So if like a beginner has a question, or if they just want to be around other people, you know, for inspiration or whatever, they can come and ask questions from the more experienced users. And the experienced users, you know, they have more sense of community. They can, you know, network for finding a job, helping, you know, more beginners. And there's always going to be a bigger fish, so they can still learn from, like Jesse, if somebody was here.
Yeah.
So that was, you know, that was more of a. That's what I think we're missing right now.
Yeah, I think,
We decide what.
I don't have a solution, I wish I did, but short of like making a whole new lesson plan on our own.
I mean, it sounds like the solution is just going back to the progressive curriculum for free code. Even if you're not going to.
Yeah, even if we're not officially, we're free to use it.
Yeah, it's still a resource available to everybody.
Yep, the question, what is our goal?
Yeah.
Goal as a meetup, I mean, as a people meetup, our goal is come together and socialize, that's it. We are feeling alone.
for, yeah, for adults.
Right now,
Yeah.
we change our name because our goal is not working with just adults, we want to work with kids. But what we are gonna do, that's first we have to create a goal. Vision.
When I use like going to the mission, like I think I designed it for you guys, when I talk about like, we're about Code4Y'all and we're still using the same kind of mythos like what we call capacity. I say we're leveraging the power of the internet and the community to help people learn how to code for free. I think that's our main kind of goal. Like, you know, hey, you could learn this stuff and you don't have to just have to do it. And
So for, I think this one also comes in here, so this one we need a lesson plan. So I think it's a set of guidelines that we need to make that. So for example, even not only for presenter, I think this is something in general we need to think about, because from 7 till 9 p.m. for those 2 hours, right, what are we going to do? Okay, we're going to eat pizza in 30 minutes, let's say. I mean, we need to like have this structure. Okay, we're going to start this, and then we end at this, and then we have a break, and then let's say we have a presenter, and maybe even like for 25 minutes, everyone is going to just open up their laptop and then continue their project. It can be either a figure camp, it can be either wherever they are left off, and if they have any questions, or something like that. I'm just thinking about any guidelines.
That's a great idea. Having a set structure for how the meeting is going to work
Yes.
is super beneficial, because what you don't want are people that are coming in to socialize and then they're disappointed when they see it's 2 hours of lectures. Or people coming in for a lecture and they're disappointed when there's no talks.
Yeah.
So having some kind of set structure so you know exactly what it is you're getting into when you come every week. For
An
everyone.
agenda,
Yeah,
itinerary.
we can't just wing it every time, like, okay, today, just gonna work problems from pre-code camp, and then the next time it's a lecture.
That also means that there's a lot of presentations is going to be extra.
Yeah.
So,
sorry.
I labeled and drew arrows and all that stuff, and what that is, so we have market research on the left side. All the stuff that has arrows to each other, they're all related, right? And I think those different things feed into each other as well. So I think if you start off with like the market research, talking to the attendants and stuff like that, getting that feedback, we can start to determine what are people coming for. And then that'll inform the guideline or our itinerary for the night, and say the topic for tonight is this, because we know that the attendants wanted to learn about X. And then they wanted to socialize too, so maybe we'll leave an hour of socializing instead of 30 minutes or whatever it may be. Maybe people want a longer lecture, we don't know, right? So then I think that both of those things kind of feed into each other. And then the last part would just be the third section of that would be the virtual presence, right? Like how are we presenting ourselves online? How are we showcasing the people that are presenting and things like that, keeping that backlog of who's been presenting, things like that. So that's the way I see that order of things in which we can start targeting things, and then one thing informs another, and that way we're not trying to like shoot in the dark, right? Even if we went around the room right now and said, why do we come to pre-code camp in the first place? We would all have slightly different answers, and we would already come up with a few ideas as to what topics do we want to talk about based off of that. So that's what that order is.
Do you want to, guys, do you want to start with this order?
Well,
We can still, I mean, we can still set up a
By
group.
number one, okay, where,
Instead of going ticket by ticket, can we go like whole topic wise?
okay,
Because it's
so,
gonna take forever.
like we said, and we don't have much,
Yeah.
you know what, let's do like this. I will, just read all of them,
Okay.
and then we'll just have a few ideas, and then we're done. Okay, so with that one, game development workshop, Friday, etc. Have a set of curriculum for the summer. From a bootcamp series, SQL workshop. Yeah, whoever puts those, we can talk about it and see if there's any value and we can have an action after that. go for the backlog for presenters. I think that goes.
Backlog for the present, I think backlog for the presenters and backlog for the presentations are two different things. Oh, no, they'll be the same thing.
Well, no, they're not the same thing. So number 2 talks about how you're going to present the material. Number 1 talks about what material you're going to present. If we're going to have a topic on Android, then whoever's going to do that team chat goes in number 1. But if you have something like you need to have coding examples and you should have a slide deck that you need to print out.
Yeah, so I think this is all going to go into the backlog. Okay, I'm going to come over here. Okay, let's quickly do this. So number here it says combine kids workshop, kids meetup and adult meetup. Both.
I'm
Really?
against it.
You're against it? Okay, let's see who's for and who's against it. Who's for? I'm not sure.
Who is for
Combine.
combining code for kids and code for adults together?
So we're not combining like this.
Oh,
like
no,
this.
just one class.
Yeah, like this is going to be adult, but then at the same time, their kids are going to be that room or this room. So they're going to be 2 separate classrooms, but we're going to have kids and adults. Yeah,
that's
they
gonna
have
combine
pros
it
and
into
cons.
beer.
I would be against that because it's really hard to facilitate. I mean, as someone who hosts the group, I would be worried about having everyone's kids all be in one room supervised by maybe just a couple of adults while their parents aren't here in the adult meeting. That's really hard to manage, and that's not fair on whoever is, stuck supervising for all the kids.
I also don't know anyone who's really into technology who has kids that are also into coding. It's usually like opposites. There's like a super nerdy kid who wants to code, and the parents are like business people, and like, my kids don't like coding at all. It's terrible. I don't know if that's a common thing or just myself.
So my kids are dogs, so it's the same thing.
There might be some activities that we may need to have for the adults. Maybe.
Against.
Wait, what did you say?
Do we need any activities for the adults, even if they're not coding, do we need anything for them to spend their time while they're here? Oh,
Yeah. All right,
we can
research,
assume they can entertain themselves.
research topic for FCC regions, their strategies.
That was more like a meta thing. If Houston one's already like one of the biggest ones that are.
Yeah. Okay, this is relevant, this is relevant. Go our data, look at the popular topics, plus whatever is the popular topics.
Yeah, just like look at whatever has been popular for us, and then kind of, that's the high attention. You might have to do some like, is it panel discussions, is it like certain like, Android or whatever? We need to do more of that.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to put it right here, so it's going to make background for presenters, and also find out the topics for the hot topics. So, and then ask attendees if they have any topics they could give a talk about in one of our meetups. Oh, just the ask the audience, okay. So that's going to go into the set of guidelines. So here, whenever we have structure, we can have that put it there and say, last 5 minutes, or at the very beginning, we're going to say this, and give them the email where they can shoot their email and say, hey, I want to talk about it. So it's going to be here, ask. It's going to be here, ask the audience. Or if they like it. Okay, so we're moving fast, and I have an open question. Might value, what night value we discussed, attendance question about industry. Marcus?
Oh, I wrote that, so if, just having a night where people can ask whatever they want about like getting into the industry. And maybe they send some questions ahead so we can lump them together and then people don't ask the same questions, or, I don't know. Or give both options to, like, people ask their live and then have some questions that are kind of preloaded.
Meetup, while
Oh
signing
yeah, I
up,
guess it'd be like a panel.
Sounds like kind of a pound of.
Yeah.
Like a channel?
so the Meetup app, they have an option while signing up, you can ask a question, like you can make them ask a question, answer a question.
Is that just like an
during the
FAQ
sign-up?
portion, or is that like a submit question for an individual?
think it's, oh no, it's for the group.
Okay, well, then,
Well,
what we
joining the
could
group.
do to facilitate that is put out a Google form for every topic. If we know we're gonna talk about, let's say, iOS 2 months from now, then it means a month before that topic comes up, we send in a Google form to say, hey, are there any questions you want addressed during this topic that we can cover?
Oh,
We can, that's, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what?
just front load those questions on a per session basis.
Right, you know what, we have a backlog, right? So let's say, and we said that this should be at least 3 to 6 months, it should be filled up. I'll just write here, 3 to 6 months. And then from there on, let's say I go to the, let's say here, improving meetup, and in here I will just show it to our audience, right? And say, hey, this is our plan, what we're planning, this are presenters. And then if you have any questions on, let's say I have an iOS on next month, just shoot me an email here and I will cover, the presenter will also cover that question. So that's, yeah, we need to have those two in place. Okay, so that's a good, have an open question. We'll just write it. Have an open question. Alright, so, fall after meetup.
Oh.
After meetup, yes.
That poll after meetup was supposed to be, like, at the end of the meetup, we can ask audience, it's actually kind of hot topics. Hey, what all the topics you wanna learn about? It's kind of hot
I
topics.
had that too under introductory surveys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do this one also, when we have a structure.
Mhm.
Get more participant feedback, yes, that's also going to be the fall surveys altogether. Introductory surveys, that goes into the, again, their question. Use forms for feedback. What, vote on topics.
Yeah.
Oh, should we vote on topics, like, or should we just have the topics?
So those three I put up there, one was an introductory survey, so if you're just joining the group, then we can have a survey for you to fill out, figure out, okay, what are you here for? What are the things you want to talk about? Are you just here to socialize? Are you here for lectures, things like that? And then also just a checklist of popular topics, and you can say, okay, list out 4 that you're super interested in, just check those 4. And then that might help us figure out if we need to find speakers to cover certain topics that we don't know about, or if we just have a lot of demand for one specific topic. But yeah, that would be like an introductory survey. And then there's also feedback, which would be, hey, how did I do on my presentation? Was I clear? Did you understand what I was trying to say? Did you feel like it was valuable? Did that cover what you were hoping to cover? So yeah.
I think the ways to kind of do that is like, one way I do is like, you know, like how IAM does, they do the sign up, we'll have like a QR that, code that will go to, I guess this, when you come in for the, and it'll go to Google Forms with all that questions. At the end, hey, all the other kind of stuff on the device, so, yeah. I think having a QR code can, is much more quicker.
QR code for survey,
Google Forms.
number 3.
We can put that at the door.
Yeah.
While doing
QR code survey. Yeah. So, we want to talk about this one. Presentation, on presentation, not have long presentations and more interaction, yes. Help people connect others depending on their interests. Limit lectures to 1 hour and 1 hour social activity. So I think this is together. Help people connect, depending on their interests.
So I wrote that one, and just the idea was like some people are coming because they're transitioning, other people are new to the city or new to a specific job, and so they want to meet other people, see what other people are doing. So I just thought maybe there's a way to figure out what people are interested in the day of, and then I don't know if it's just a day of free networking, they can kind of go in those groups without having to like sort of walk around. And that also breaks the ice between people and say, oh, us 3 are interested in a similar topic. How did you transition into this? Oh, I came from accounting and whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I think that'd be super powerful.
So,
How to do that maybe is like another code
That's-
challenge.
Yeah,
that's a challenge, yeah.
People in network, that's hard.
Yeah, the people that I've talked to, they kind of come from different areas, and that's kind of what I've noticed, at least.
Or I was thinking about, so to put people with the same interest in one group. Yes, I was thinking like, let's say I'm going to say to you, okay, we're going to have three groups, right? And you don't have to sign up for every group, like you don't have to, like, at least we're going to have like 3 people in one group, and one is going to do the web development, the other is going to do something else, or maybe the same thing, at 3. And then those groups, they can exchange numbers or whatever, and they can just work on it, and I will ask, like, say, after 10 meetups, I'm going to ask the one group to present what they have been doing, right? So it's going to be like, they're going to be accountable for it, because they're going to be working together and do the project or something. This is just the deal.
So, I was in an Austin meetup. When I was in Austin, I was in a meetup. They had an amazing idea. So what they did was, everyone has a name tag. While entering, they write their name, and right below it, they write like Flutter developer, Android developer. It kind of breaks the ice. And like whenever I see you, you're like, oh, Android developer. I'm an Android too. How's it going? So it'll break the ice and it'll make the little groups easier. Because like the name tags with the name and the topics they're interested in.
Topics they're interested in.
Yeah, like
not
Android
the-
developer, Flutter developer.
No, not, for example, let's say I'm doing something, but so what I'm keen on or what I'm interested in.
Anything you wanna like.
You want to show up.
If you want someone to come, someone to talk to you about it, they want to come to you.
Yeah, I think
What are they?
whoever's interested in something, I think that's good. Yeah, and I think that the whatever I said, maybe something for the next meetup. Something when we get better. Okay, so just
This makes these little groups faster.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
We might as well just start doing it now.
For the next one, let's actually do that. Let's get some name tags.
Personally, I was trying to do,
Oh, that's right.
like, in here, I try to make connected in at least one, like, try to do two. Maybe we can encourage people to, like, for each meeting, they to get this one connection. Because
Yeah.
when I heard it from some presenters, I said, okay, I should do that, at least I feel like, okay, I did something.
Yes, yes.
Accomplishment.
Actually, that was also one of the things that I was going to the meetups when I was looking for a job. You know, especially when you look for a job, you're like, okay, I need to connect with the people who are in that field, not with just someone else. Yeah, so I think we can put that one in there.
Also, I have one thing. At the end of the meetup, we can maybe ask like, hey, anyone's company is hiring, anyone who's looking for jobs.
Oh, I think that's great. That's a good
So you're
question.
gonna have to structure, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That goes into the structure and also say, hiring. Yeah. Yeah, and also LinkedIn goes in there too. Like, hey, this is the LinkedIn for me, for the presenter, and okay. I think that's a good thing. I think we need to have structure. Okay, so, we're done. Oh, I need to put a check mark. We're done with this one. We're done with this one. We're done with this one. And then, we're done with this one, okay? All right, so, which one do you want to go? Speaker visibility. Okay, let's talk about this area first. This one. So, planned coding challenge, library toolkit, announced 1 month, attend.
So the idea of actually both of those are next to each other are like, to make it more appealing to kids, that you can like have a gamified system where instead of just like listening to a new topic and following along, there could be like a contest that's built into it, and then you would have prizes at the end, so that rather than just like getting the joy of learning, they also have some like concrete gamified feedback and prizes to make it more exciting.
For the prize, right? So the challenge with the kids code was the one that I was telling you that I will not have consistency for, let's say I'll just continue with the curriculum for practical camp or whatever, but then I'll not have consistency from the audience, like and then they'll mix something, and then I'll have someone else coming in and someone new. So that was my challenge. And then I was really thinking, how can we improve? We did talk about it. It was Henry, like maybe that's some very small prizes. It's going to be something just for that day, for what they have learned, they can show it.
Yeah, that was my thought of like, why it was specific to like a particular library or toolkit. This is assuming that people coming in all have some like foundational level or that the skill disparity is like super big. Like you get a library, people are not like good because not like they're used before. And then, so it's kind of new to all of them and sort of like a level.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
There's an essential theme in that though, and that's really just reward systems. I mean, people get addicted and get fed, but it's all basically just reward systems. So if you have something small that's easy to accomplish, that's the objective for a meeting, and people are able to just do that, then they already feel a sense of reward, whether they're getting a prize or they just came and figured, oh, well, I came here, had an objective, I did it, good for me, I'm definitely gonna show up for the next one, because this is something I can do. So, having short, measurable objectives for each meeting in addition to rewards makes sense, because it gives people a sense of achievement.
Yes, I think that's going to be an action item, like, for the King's Code, to have something measurable, a measurable topic, and objective.
But when I did it, what I did is I did the thing, and I wanted them to have like a project that they didn't have to set up an environment, because like, they didn't want to do that. But sometimes I didn't want them to have it, and we put like a login, but I wanted to have them present. I think that was a good point, just like, hey, even to have anything, just present anything, right? So I had a couple kids present, remember, right? And even though it's uncomfortable, a lot of kids didn't want to do that, but like the kids that did, I think they got benefit out of kind of going up there and talking about it. I think public speaking is a very important skill, even when you're young.
Okay, also with number 4, yeah, I agree with that. So I have it here as a collection of items. For the kids code, we gave what we're going to do, presentations, again, up to 3 to 6 months. Okay, so extend our recipe to 2 weeks. Okay, so that's going to be an action item. Have non-code related channels on Slack, Discord. People can hang out, example, video games, food, memes, job hunting. And then the media, we need to use social media for LinkedIn, Facebook, social events. We should be each time saying, hey, we also have, let's say, at ION, we'll talk about improving, at improving, we're going to talk about ION. So that's something, again, goes into the structure. So for the structure, we need to really, really focus and think about it truly. And have an achieved at previous talks we've done for people who know what we're about. I did not. So improve social media presence, yes, that's the same thing. Have open Discord, seriously much enjoyed. Have an archive of previous talks. Oh, okay. We have done for people to know what we're about.
So I think that relates to number 1.
Yeah, to have a make backup and also make an archive. That's what you mean?
Yeah.
Backlog becomes archive.
Yes, later on. Oh, right.
So, yeah, it's just so people know what we've done.
Yes, okay. So I think for the action item, extend our speak to 2 weeks, I think we have to, on the meetup.com, we need to take out so yeah, I'm against of having everything scheduled ahead of time for 1 year, because that way people, they will just sign up for everything and then they forget it. So I say we should do it like either 2 weeks or 1 week prior to the meetup. So that way it's fresh in their mind, and we're just not just, they're not just taking.
I would forget it if it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks, just 1 week. I think 1 week is good. What do you think?
Well, let's do 2 weeks,
I
because
think
we
so.
have low numbers right now.
Yeah,
I think 2 weeks gives some more. We can send a reminder. Can we
Also,
send a
people
reminder?
can plan. 2 weeks, they can plan, like, hey, Monday something's happening. I'm gonna cancel my wedding.
You would totally do that.
That's your fault, you know that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, free talk and bring my way.
Okay, have you beat the
Yeah,
free
yeah,
food?
so the action items, we're going to cancel all meetups ahead, and then we're going to only open up the RCP and the whatever the event is prior to 2 weeks. And we should also have a 1 week follow-up. 1 week follow-up only for those who RSVP, yes.
What do you mean follow up, reminder?
Media and everything else. If you
Okay.
should also have like
I don't know if you do
YouTube channel of
Optional.
topics or
Is
topics.
that a reminder?
I have like, Mr. Chu has like a YouTube channel with like so much stuff.
I mean,
Like,
you don't want to have like your own.
We should.
Your channel. Where
Someone has a
has
record.
topics that gets recorded or something anyone's channel.
Yeah, we can do it.
Related to that, people would go to way to,
Went to the event,
so if somebody comes and watches it, and they have all the questions that everyone has. There's a job for each person.
So it's almost done, right? Let me go through this very quickly, okay? And then this is the very important part where we need to just get to the good results. So, okay, have a dedicated mission statement to Code4Y'all, agree. Rejoin FCC before someone else takes it. It's non-brand with local branches worldwide. I think we went to stay away, okay? Embrace Code4Y'all, update all over, test graphics, reflect the update we got, I agree. I mean, we should do it, and I think we also addressed it. Name frequent cap versus Code4Y'all, yes. Change the meetup from naming to Code4Y'all, which is the same thing. Yes, so let's go to an action item. All meetup, change the name and clean up. Clean up, I was just waiting for the Code4Y'all to be done as a nonprofit, but we're going to make sure that we have a name. But I think we're almost done. Look, we should set the name.
I think Henry has a question.
I was just kind of curious on how you guys do your marketing on LinkedIn by any chance. Do you guys like do any posts out there?
Yeah, we post, not super significant.
Yeah, we're not very active on the marketing.
Okay, I was just kind of curious if you, every event, you guys like link every person that was invited to the event so they can get like the LinkedIn message or notification. That's what you do inside Project Society, and it works quite effectively. Where
Yeah.
you link the person that went to the event, right? And a lot of people are like, "Oh shoot, my name's on
Yeah,
there."
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
That's message too, and I think it goes to the, where this goes to the guidelines and strategies, where whenever we're going to post things, we're going to do the LinkedIn. Okay. So we're done with this one, we're going to read this one and this one quickly. Should we continue at school for kids? I think this is something for very later, like shelter, kids, or colleges, something that we can do for later time and discuss again. Track actual participants to each meetup with a Google form sign up sheet. It's going to be hard to track.
Well, it's pretty much just like, the sign, so when you ever get a person signs in, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, man, it just populates it. So it's just like a kind of insert, and now, you know, how many people are signed up for it. So it's same thing, just,
That would actually help me a lot too, because.
Really?
So you know how many people are- because you have people who attend and people who sign up to meet up, it's different, right?
So people who RSVP, yes, they do not always show up. Yeah. So you mean if we can have, okay, we can. So should we have like a sign up sheet? That's what you mean?
Just like the QR code, so hey, when they come here, they have
Yeah,
to link
it's
the
right
QR
there.
code
Okay.
from.
All right, from there. Okay. Where are we going? Here. Talk to attendants and find out what they want to learn. Yes, that's also on the QR code survey, right? When more focused on area of coding, are we front-end app? We don't have experience to do everything. Whenever we need more focus in area, target, yeah. So that one, yeah, I think, I'm open to your suggestions. For the adults meetup, I think we are in general, like we're not targeting like, hey, we're just Python, we're just Android developers, like we're just C#. This is more like a socializing event for anything techy. And I don't expect anyone to learn something from it go and find a job, or I don't think that anyone is coming here to learn something. This is just here for socialize and fun to, for some interest. That's for the, and for the kids, as I said, like we should have a target from some small topic. That's it. Yeah. Is it okay with this one?
Makes sense.
And this one.
Maybe there's any specific topics that people want to learn about, if anybody in the group or knows, I don't know, I don't have any examples, but like maybe we can make posts on LinkedIn about like, oh, some people are interested in this topic, here's a link to whatever. And that also increases our visibility.
Yeah, and also on the QR code, if we have a survey, it will say, let's say 90% of our audience, they want to learn about Android. So we have to find someone with an Android experience. So from there, I think we'll know. Yeah, just an example. Okay. Right. RB skill level workshop. Code along session. Okay, code along session. Code dojos. Teach small concept for coding. Code along sessions.
Yeah,
What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean?
So, a code along is just that. It's you come up with an idea for a very, very short project, and then for an hour, you just code the whole thing from start to finish. And then you just tell everyone beforehand, like, hey, in order for you to follow along, you code the exact same thing that I have. Download these files, have VS Code, whatever else, and then just do as I do.
It's like a workshop.
It's a workshop, but you build something from start to finish instead of just watching someone code the whole thing. On top of that, code dojos are really good for just getting everyone on the same page with things like coding standards. Like, hey, let's put up some real crap code on the screen real quick, and then we'll all just go over different ideas on how we can improve it. Whether it's making it more maintainable, making it extensible, or easier to read. And the other thing I put on there was group by skill level projects. So, tip calculator that's all front end for the beginners. Maybe like a full stack thing for people that are more experienced. Maybe something that's more SQL that people know more about database or whatnot. But yeah, all of those things.
Okay, yeah, that's it. So I put an enhancement. Workshop and code along, that's going to be enhancement, that's going to be our next stage. Yeah, there. Okay, so without this there's some youth center and kids code camp, is I think also going to be enhancement. Make partnership with other organizations like schools, community groups. This is good. Do you think that we should start on this one, or I think that's going to be something for our next level? Let's first have our structure, make it that done, and then for our next level, I think this is also going to be a good thing for enhancement. So it's going to be a partnership, I'll just write workshop, along partnership. That can be schools, shelters, other organizations, Okay, so we're done with this one. We're done with food. Kids called ice cream. Something that we can ask for later. Ice cream for kids, yeah.
Video plates are good.
Yeah, those were much were good. That's
Yeah.
They'll be yummy for the kids instead of pizza.
So, yeah, instead of pizza, yes.
Yeah,
So I can ask Christina, hey, Christina, I have a
Yeah, ask for Steve.
Summertime people need breaks. We can make meeting for only volunteers like today. That's a good idea. So, okay, for the summertime, should we continue having meetups or no? Yes, no, yes, no. Let's vote for yes.
Let's do it.
We should have meetups on summertime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. Good things done. Okay. So we should continue having meetups. So the only thing was like we're having less attendance, but maybe that's we're not looking into the media. We're not hosting. Yes.
What does less mean exactly? Headcount. But I mean, like when we say less, is it
Less people
How many
coming
members?
in. Less numbers.
But like how many?
Is it like
A range.
10?
So 2 people.
10 people.
10 good?
Yeah, that's not good. I like when we're on like waiting list.
Like if it's 10 people, should we cancel and have a meeting?
No, I think Tampa is good.
But like, what's the low amount of people that we're getting? Like, is it just like 5 people that show up? Like, what's,
Yeah,
what
for
are
the kids code camp, we didn't have anyone show up.
We host meetings that are group for, groups that come in that are just 5 people. One of them is a speaker, so.
Oh, okay.
Is that during the summer or is it just?
Also, I go to,
All the time, okay.
also I go to some other meetups too. Like the friendly meetups and everything. The number actually fell in all of them. But maybe it's summer, everybody's doing their own thing.
Yeah,
so
maybe
the
it's not.
numbers fell across all the meetup groups. It's not
Maybe it's
just
the
us.
Great Depression, I don't know.
Yeah.
And this summer especially, I think a lot of people are on vacation, because like our business kind of slowed down, and we weren't getting some checks in the mail, so we call them, and they'll be like in an island in Spain, oh, sorry, you know, like,
Yeah,
I'll get it back.
Same thing maybe, yeah, okay, we'll continue. Right, let's go. Summer, we're done, okay, sorry. Move visibility to the speakers, find at least one speaker, so this will happen. So I'm saying like, hey, if we have any trouble finding speakers, we can have like all the volunteers, let's say everyone is going to, everyone have a connections, right? Everyone can ask someone or they can present themselves, so everyone can find someone to present and we can have a backup. That was an idea. Okay, move visibility to the speakers, like, what do you mean?
So I wrote that. So I'm thinking like, let's take some more pictures and post them on our LinkedIn and our Facebook groups, and we can tag them. By that, we can pull in those their connections to our LinkedIn group too. And speakers will be more motivated.
Yes, that's right.
Right now, I'm linking them on the Meetup app with their name and link their LinkedIn.
Mhm.
We can
Yes.
do more for them.
Right. That's correct. Have William do more presentations.
That's not me, I didn't write that.
Feature
Yes.
hot topics in tech attendance.
You can talk about for the like also entrepreneurial things.
Yeah.
We don't have lots of things people talk about like entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that was, I've done different things, like, you know, I'm open to like speaking all the time, but.
And one of the hot topics could be social skills.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I did, like,
That's
I
a hard
never,
one for developers.
I did.
We're not
Yeah.
social people. Yeah, but like, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
It does.
I do have like a.
Maybe graphic developer with great social skills will make a leader.
Maybe networking is probably
Yeah,
better.
I don't really like.
Networking for developers.
Networking, like,
I can make for the.
that's what this is, right? It's an opportunity for everybody to network.
Okay.
I
Success
control your
stories,
anxiety
project
when around
showcase.
people.
Success stories and project showcase, does it go to the backlog, for the presenter backlog, for the success stories? Let's say, and project showcase, I think that's going to go into the enhancement, whenever we want to have like, hopefully when we have all the structure, we want to build.
Well, there are projects in the free code camp that you come across through a lot of different exercises. So if there's like a tribute page or something, and you're especially proud of it because you went through the whole front end frameworks, curriculum, or something like that, and you want to show it off, then you can have like maybe 5 minutes devoted to your success story or your project showcase where you can say, okay, here's what I did. It's just 5 minutes. And then if there's no one that wants to present anything, then you just leave that as your social time.
Yeah, that can be like, for example, let's say I'm going to have a meetup, right? And then I'm going to say, student project showcase, please, everyone, whoever wants to talk about their project or their stuff, we're going to contribute them, everyone, 10 minutes. And let's say if I have five people, I'll have 10 minutes each. If I have more than 5, they're going to have last minute. And then we'll just focus on one, second, third, fourth. Yeah, so that's going to be different type of meetup. Once in a while. Yeah, I think that's nice. Okay, we're done with this one. And then in-demand content. Yeah, so that's going to go into the QR survey, FCC offline, yes. Virtual attendance option. Virtual attendance option, how it's going to be possible.
If you have Teams, or if you have WebEx, or if you have Zoom, whatever you want to use to facilitate it, we have a camera and microphone. You can post whatever you want online.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Let's say if we have a presenter from Dallas or somewhere.
Yeah, because there are presenters from Google that come out, presenters from other high-end UI, UX companies, or whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys want to just watch one of their presentations or something,
Yes.
you can do that.
Okay, so we're done with all, we talked about it, and let's just put their responsibility names here, and we're done. And then if you don't have anything for, anything to say right now, Okay, so let's go and do, make a backup for presenters, hot topics, have an open, question, audience, and then open. Okay, hot topics and presenters, just we should have at least for 3 to 6 months, and we have one branch at Ion, one at Woodlands, one here, so this goes, everything in there. Who wants to be responsible for this one? So this is the big thing. Responsible for making a backup.
How do we get this like back on?
So we're going to make sure that we follow that one, like, how do we get this? Yeah, we're going to ask everyone.
I remember getting, someone had like a spreadsheet before, the sheets.
Yeah, we have a Google Sheets like that isn't, it collects the presenter information, but just the presenter information. Over here, we are trying to get what all the topics we're going to present and make a plan, right?
Yes, that one also, I mean, yeah.
So I would actually break this down to individual meetup groups, like, no, individual
Yes.
meetups, like,
Yes.
yes, whoever is responsible for this, they should take care of it.
Okay, yeah.
At Ion, we will take care of it, we'll make the next 3 months plan, and we'll give it to you.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Right.
let's do that.
Yeah,
There's
you
like,
will
instead
do
of
it.
one person,
Yeah, let's
Okay,
go over
yeah.
everything.
they'll
This
take
is
care of the
like
woodlands.
these like,
Yeah.
this one right here.
Every responsible party is going to take care of it.
Let's do it. I like that.
And we'll put it that, I mean, make sure, should we have a deadline for this? So it will not take forever.
Let's decide on that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like, we
Well,
don't,
we already have our list here.
Every
Like,
responsible
you already
party.
have all these speakers.
Okay, so I'll do the kids code, you'll do the woodlands, you'll do the ion, and Steve, we're going to tell him to do the input. Okay, number 2, set of guidelines, make documents, set structure, okay. This one, who wants to do this one?
I can take it.
Not the person.
Yeah, Arthur? Yeah, she's the graphic designer. I'm sure he's going to have all this structured out. Okay, QR code survey,
I can do that.
yeah, I can help with that one too, because I was interested in this one.
I can do that. I don't have any. Me, let's
Oh,
work
no,
out.
oh, okay, yeah.
They
You
all
can do it.
collaborate.
I'm sure we'll do that too.
Yeah, I'll take it, I'll take it.
Yeah.
you take it, Arthur?
Yeah.
Sure.
Still, make sure you're not.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm doing.
I'm out now.
Arthur, okay, keep code have a measurable, objective and price, and measurable objectives. You and me.
Yeah, it's fine.
You want to- minutes to take? Okay, yeah, we'll do it together. And then you help me. And this one, meetup.com, cancel all meetups that had, so this is going to be every responsible party. Yeah, Chana, you
I
can
can-
do.
I'll
We can do it
cancel
for
it,
everyone.
I'll update it, and I'll take. Oh, I was gonna take number 6 too, 5 and 6, but it's okay, you can do 6.
5, you did 5 and 6, right?
Yes, I was late, I'll take, I'll clear all the meetups and I'll cancel
Oh,
all
yeah,
the.
let's,
Yeah.
I'll let you do. Yeah. Enhancement, okay, so enhancement is something that, is going to, because that's something that I need to have on my backlog and then, do from time to time and bring it up to the meeting. So,
Are we gonna do our Arturo's idea of like connecting people based on their interests and experience? I'm not sure if that, did that make the list?
I don't think so, that was just kind of like an idea that I got thrown, but I mean, we can do that,
I
because
think
we
that's
already
going to go
took.
into the enhancement, I would put it now.
We get the
Connecting, what, is it connecting people and their ideas?
Yeah, so like if you think about one of the big meetups where there's like 50 people, there might be someone who knows the thing that I'm interested in, or like I have a really good background in something that someone else is interested in, but we don't know, like, and so it's like everybody can fill out the information about themselves.
But it's going to be QR code, so, okay?
Is that the fourth thing?
So,
Also, we can have the name tag.
Next time, name tag, yeah. So then you do QR code and then name tag.
Yeah.
It'll be easier, and
Yeah.
it's stated up there.
right, Arturo, you can have that in the survey, like, hey, what are you interested in? On the
Right.
survey too.
We can, but that's more for like our internal decision making, so that we can know what speakers to get. During the meetups, I think having the tag would be helpful, so that if I want to like, just say transition into tech, because there's a lot of people that are doing that and they don't even know what they want to do. Some people are just kind of like floating around and then they're like, oh, I'm just trying to figure it out. And some people already know and they're like, oh, I'm working on my portfolio. So they might say like portfolio, I don't know, something like that. That's what I was thinking of.
Right, yeah.
And I think we can do that with the sticky notes.
Okay,
And we
so-
can give those as examples.
Cool, we have everything set up, and at least for the foundation, so to say, anyone have anything to tell? If no, we're good, I'm going to take the screenshot of this, and then, please make sure that you have your responsibilities taken care of.
It was a nice one.
Thank you everyone for coming, and thank you for your feedback, suggestions.
Candace, your pens and post-its.
Yes.
Okay, good.